Hello, everybody. Yeah. Jeez. What the heck? Get this chair. All right. There's my water in here. That's pretty good. What up, BMC? What up, Snedge? Let's move these back. Let's move these back. Let's move these back. Might dry brush her quick. Let's see. Do I have good dry brush color? Dry brush color. Where's my... There we go. Ulthuan Gray, the classic. Yeah, Diablo Immortal looks different. I was gonna play it, and then I was like, dude, I kind of just want to paint. Not gonna lie. I can play it. I might play it tomorrow during the day or for a bit or something, and then tomorrow night we got Mario Strikers demo. Now that's a game. I got a dry brusher. Yeah. Got a dry brush. It's a little too shaded. Need to make everything pop a bit. Actually, maybe if I mix it a bit. Hold on. Even Dorn Yellow? Dorn Yellow? It's kind of like the sun's hitting. Might be better. Let's see. Let's see how it looks. Take this. Do the old dry brush wipe. There we go. Actually, yeah, that's pretty good. Just kind of hit all the raised edges. And make it all pop a bit. Ah, yeah, classic Ulthuan Gray. On the leg. On the leg. On the nurgle. Down here. Yeah. Ah, yeah, that's the stuff. We check the back. There we go. Uh-oh. It's a little flimsy. Hit the leaves. Hit the leaves. There we go. Neat. I missed whatever people were saying in the chat. I was dry brushed. How's it going? Let's see. Oh yeah, that pops way better now. Look at that. Well, you can see it better Be on the back. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe a little more. A little more over here. Maybe back. It's kind of a little wacky with it. A little more up here. A little more here. Actually, probably hit these skulls a bit. Yeah, there we go. Neat. Alright, that's kind of what I wanted for her. There we go. Did I paint that myself? Yeah. That I did. Here's some other things I've painted. I painted this one on stream, actually. This is my Nurgle guy. Well, parts of him I painted on stream. Other parts I painted off stream. I guess I could probably hit him with some Ulduin Grey, too. I don't think he needs it. Maybe up top. Just like the sun's hitting him or something. A little bit there. That's good enough. Yeah, it's looking good. And then, here's my other one. There we are. Pretty happy with how he turned out as well. They still got some little bits I haven't painted, like, it was like back here, like tiny little sections I need to do, but I'm kind of like, whatever. This guy, I think I actually painted it on. Yeah, this guy finished his armor. But he does have some little, like, bracelet things I haven't done that I'm also like, whatever. The gradient coloring, thanks. It's zenithal priming and contrast paints. Oh yeah, I've also been painting these rats. They're the same thing. They're zenithal prime. So you kind of get the shadowing without having to really do much. You just hit them with the old contrast paint, and then it looks like they're in the shadows or the light's hitting them. Some are a little too dark, I think, but you know, whatever. This guy, here's a pretty good one. They're clan rats, so I'm like, whatever. Yeah, zenithal priming's great. That's like the prime priming. I was actually gonna start painting one of my vermin lords with zenithal priming. Oh, hold on. I also have my great, I don't know what's it called, screaming bell I've been working on. So you can see a lot of wood, a lot of rats, a lot of warpstone, a lot of bells. I still gotta paint the other side with the wood, but that's as far as I've gotten. And then I gotta do the top and the rat on top. But, you know, it's coming along. It's coming along. Where's my rat? Hold on. I gotta get him. Uh-oh, he's kind of falling off here. I'm gonna have to glue his foot. He's struggling. What else do I got? Oh, yes. I also got warp holes. There's some gnaw holes. See, I'm working on these. Uh-oh. Just gonna rip them off. There's a gnaw hole. And got 3 of them. I just gotta paint the stone parts. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with the glue. Hold on. I gotta glue his foot down before we work on him. Ugh. They took a while to build. I actually built them during D&D. Back when I was doing D&D with everybody, that's when I built them. I would literally just D&D as I was doing that. Did take a bit. Oh yeah, I've progressed quite a bit since the painting streams a while back. Quite a bit. There you go. Let him chill there. I'm painting mine now too, not fully built. Nice. Storm, yeah, it was like, wow. It's actually almost 3 years ago that I started, so that's kind of crazy to think about. 3 years ago I started doing this. And now I'm like, I'm long gone now. I'm like full on Warhammer crazy. Let's see. I could just paint some rats as well. I wanted to paint this guy, but now his foot's gotta dry. I might paint his horns, just skeleton horde, honestly. That or Aggros dunes. That'd be better horns. Oh, shaking. Let's see. It's hard to really even see the color difference. I can probably show it on something. Oh, I think it's on my Great Unclean one. I did not have a gallbladder when I started. I got my gallbladder taken out 4 years ago. This was 3 years ago I started. Alright, so let me show you. Slide him back. He's still wobbling about. Oh, I have to glue his like thing. So here's Aggros dunes. The difference is like so minuscule. There, that's Aggros dunes. It's kind of like a yellowy on his horns, that is. The horns. And then this is Skeleton Horde. A little more bony, I guess. I think the Skeleton Horde might be better, honestly. Alright. Woo! This is Lord Screech. I also have the Warp Seer, but he's somewhere. I don't know where I put him. I could paint him, honestly. Oh, he's right over here. Alright, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna glue this guy down. I forgot I gotta glue this tail part too. And then I can just paint the other one. Easy. Easy. There you go. Let's see. Is that actually getting glued down? I should probably like... Is there like a thing I can put on here? Like a weight? Do I have any weighted things? I have this rock. It's not too heavy. No. I have this stone texture paste. The problem is I can't, it's gotta like fit in there. Jesus. There's gotta be something. How about this rock? I don't think, well, let's do it. Oh, what if I use this rock and then I put this on the rock, dude. Genius. For horns like that, I use your shoppy bone, some seraphim. That's a good, like, normal painting thing to do, but I'm lazy and I have to paint, like, so many rats and I have, like, 80 armies I'm playing, so I'm just like, just slap some contrast on. And then the best part about contrast is it's so thin, you can just paint over it whenever if you want to. If you're like, oh, I actually want to paint my guy with real paints, you can just do that. Alright, here's the other one. Here's the warp seer. Ah, jeez. Alright, let's move her away. She's pretty much done. I just gotta base her stuff. Alright. Then, let's move these plague boys away. Alright. That way, I can move in. Alright, now I'm gonna move these guys over here too. I need to make room. Alright. Rat. These rats. Move them. Okay. And then, now I just need to move this all in one gentle motion. Alright, I failed. But now I just do that again. Okay. Nice. Oh. Yeah, if you don't know anything about painting or building Warhammer, or even just Warhammer in general, it at least provides some nice background noise. So that's good. Alright.
Thanks.
Oxen Obsidian gifting a sub to Hawk Potato. Thank you for gifting Hawk Potato a sub. Sweet. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, enjoy the chill with no ads. That's right, if you're subscribed, you don't get ads. Fantastic. Alright. Let's see how this looks. I could even... Oh god, I need to... Hold on. I need to put this in my don't spill thing. There we are. And then we'll just... see how this looks. See how this looks. Okay. Alright. It's not too bad initially. I'm gonna dry brush it later. Let's see the back. I could even aggro dunes over the skeleton horde, like a mad lad. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Go back here. In fact, okay. Maybe one of them gets Aggros Dunes for the Horn and the other one just gets Skeleton Horde. Then I can tell them apart a little better as well. I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Okay. Alright. Alright. Get it all up in there. Very good. And I gotta get behind. Oh, I'm not even painting the right. Whatever. There's so many horns on these rats. My God. So many horns. All right. Let's start up here. Under there. Okay. I gotta get in the side. Like so. There we are. Yeah. Do I use a wet palette? Yes. Not for contrast paints, but for normal paints, I use a wet palette. I use the Red Grass Games wet palette. And it's very good. I got a skull here, might as well paint that. Alright. It's looking good. It's looking good. Probably drop a little more in here. This is EVE Online. EVE Online soundtrack. Alright. Let's get some more. Very nice. Very nice. Some big horns. Might even say they're great horns. Get it? Great horned rat. Skaven. Haha. Alright. Here we go. Yeah, I was gonna play Diablo Immortal tonight. And then I made a video on it. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stream it. And then I just felt like painting. And I was like, would I rather play a monetary cash grab game? Or would I rather paint Warhammer? And here we are. Yeah, I'll still probably play it, just probably play like tomorrow just to check it out. Just to see how it is. And see how much they're trying to take. Okay. Alrighty. Contrast is also really good for things like these horns because you can just kind of let it sink into the recesses of the horns. So it's kind of like a shade on top of a base coat. So that's nice. There we go. Are you into the Vermintide games? I mean, they're alright. I'd rather play as Skaven, to be honest, and kill the humans, the Empire. I'd rather do that. Alrighty. And let's see. This guy's from Skaven. Contrast good for colored metallics? I've heard that. I haven't tried it. Let's see, down there. Okay. Nice. Yeah, it actually looks really good with the horns now that I'm like almost done. I like it a lot. Some in there. Some underneath that I missed. A little bit here. Nice. Nice. This guy a unique character? Not really, no, he's just a vermin lord. You've been making a lot of painting progress recently. How do you think they'll finish painting Pile of Shame? I mean, I don't really care about painting all my Pile of Shame, because I have too much. My main thing is, it's not a Pile of Shame to me if I've built it. Because when I build it, I can at least play the game with the units I've built. You know what I mean? It's a bonus if I paint it. So if they're just like sitting around in a box unbuilt, then it's a Pile of Shame. Because I play the game a lot. I played a game of Age of Sigmar today. I played Night Haunt versus Stormcast. And I lost by 1 point, and we both had 1 unit on the table at the end of the game. So it was a really good game. And I would have won if I would have rolled not a 1 4 times out of 5. Essentially, he had a guy at 1 HP, and on a 2-up, I do D3 mortal wounds, and I rolled 4 1s, and that guy ended up killing 8 chain rasps that were holding a point, and that point gave him extra points at the end, and if he didn't have that, I probably would have won. Woo! So yeah, that was fun. It was still a fun game, I don't care. It's playing for fun. Let's see. Alright, now for his skin. I'm either gonna use Dark Oath Flesh or Fire Slayer Flesh. Fire Slayer Flesh, I think, is a little more red. Dark Oath Flesh. It definitely was some me rolling that game. Let's see. Let me test some here. And then clean that off. And then, whoops, we'll test a little bit of this. See how this looks. Honestly, it's like, it's, you can't even. The left is Dark Oath Flesh, and the right is Fire Slayer Flesh. It may as well be like exactly the same. I guess the Fire Slayer is a little more red or orange, hence why it's Fire Slayer. It's like, you can't even. I could just do whatever. I think I'm gonna go Fire Slayer Flesh. Although maybe I give him the Fire Slayer Flesh, the other guy, and then I give him the Dark Oath. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna give him the Dark Oath. I'm gonna go with the Dark Oath. world. The game reminds me of the first time my Carnosaur learned the hard way not to bite Stormcast to death. Next thing you know, he gets 9 wounds shaved off due to electrocution. Mamma mia. Ooh. Let's see how this looks. Ooh. See those rat tattoos now. Get some more for this hand and his underarm. The actual orb I'm gonna paint normally, so I don't even care if I get any of this on the orb. It's kind of whatever. Alright. In fact, I might just hit all these fingers with some contrast. There we go. One more. Alright. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that. A little crazy underneath, but uh-oh. There we go. A little bit there. I guess his underarm's shadowed anyway. Doesn't really matter. Alright. You think you'll be able to stream a game? I feel like it's just... Streaming a game feels like it's kind of difficult. Maybe if I, like, figured out a setup or something, I could. I don't know. If anything, it's easier to just film a game. I would probably, if anything, do more, like, actual battle reports. I've only done battle reports against myself on my Warhammer channel. Exclamation point Warhammer in the chat. Non-content battle reports where I literally just fight against myself. But maybe one day I'll actually play against some of the people I play in real life. So that'd be kind of fun. Alright, let's hit his abs. Hit those abs. Hit those abs. Nixium doesn't really know how to play. I guess I'd have to teach him. The problem is, like, when you're playing with new people, like, you know, it's like playing a MOBA with a new person. Especially Warhammer. It's a bit of a learning curve, you might say. A little bit. I don't even know if this is part of his thing. Whatever, I'll just paint it. Okay. How's my night going? It's going pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see. Paint this arm. He's got his arm brace here. Alright. Dig down into there. But yeah, I have Seraphon, Lizardmen, for those that don't know. I have Beast of Chaos, I have Skaven, I have Nighthaunt, I have Orcs, all the Orcs. So Ironjaw, Bone Splitter, and Cruel Boys. I have 40k Orcs, I have Necrons, I have Tyranids, I have Nurgle, for Age of Sigmar. I have Sylvaneth. I have Nighthaunt. Did I say Nighthaunt already? Probably. I have OBR, Ossiarch Bone Reapers. And I have, I always feel like there's one I'm missing. There's probably another one. I got a lot. I have unbuilt Gits, so maybe I'll actually build the Gits one day. Probably when they get their new book, I'll build the Gits. Let's paint the leg. Down here. Alrighty. Go around town. Bring it around town. Doo, 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 doo. And all underneath. All in there. Yep, yep. Yep, yep. Alright. Alright, here we go. Now, other side of the leg. Oh god, yeah, I need something to fill in this tattoo. That's a lot. Okay. Yeah, we'll fill it in. Suck some of that up. Very good. Still a lot. There we go. It's a little better. Oh my god, there's actually a lot down here. I need to not make that noise. Throw some back here. Okay. A little bit. And his knee. Alright. Okay. I'll spread that out. Can I? God, I gotta get up to his thigh. Hold on. There we go. Nice. That's alright. Taking a look, I got still a lot down here. Oh, okay, that's a little better. In fact, I'm just gonna hit that area. This is Dark Oath flesh. Honestly, they look pretty similar. A lot of the flesh colors are pretty similar. Although Fire Slayer, I think, is a little more red. Oh boy. Well, let me. That's pretty good. There's a lot back here. Whoop. Whoop. Just gotta do the swivel. Gotta paint that a different color anyway. Okay. A little bit back here. Alright, I think I hit all his skin. No, there's his thigh. I missed the thigh. How could I miss the thigh? Okay. Nice. Alrighty. A little bit up here, actually. Then it's all fur on the back. There's his tail. Here's up here. And then there's his face. Okay. So let's... maybe I hit the tail with the Fire Slayer. That might be a good idea. That might be a good idea. Alright. First, I'm gonna hit his face. I also realized I need to paint his horns on his head, because I missed those. Get his ear. Gotta be a little careful up here. Get his ears. A little more. Little drop. Go underneath, get the nose. The jaw. Get in there, get in there. Just make sure it's all shaded. Just shove the brush down his throat there. Very good. Okay. Looks good. And hit up that neck. Hit up the neck again in here. Uh-oh. That's fine. Okay. Nice. How's this looking? Do I gotta... okay. I want his eyes to be different color. Okay, there we go. So now, you can kind of see, he's coming together. He's got all the skin. There we are. Woo. Very nice. Great to see Stormlight in your Amazon page. I know you're a fan. I've interviewed Brandon Sanderson. It was like 4 years ago now. If you look up Krendor Brandon Sanderson, you'll find my Fishing with Krendor where I interviewed him. It was a good time. Let's see. He's got some nice horns. Hey, thanks. What kind of mat are you painting on? This is a rotary mat something. I honestly have no idea where I got it from. Let's see. See, I'm gonna paint his... oh, I missed a hand! Ah, jeez. Alright. So let's get this hand. Go this way. Spread this out. Whoop. Oh, here we go. A little underneath here, a little underneath. And oh boy. There's that miss, then right in there. Very nice. Okay. Very good. Okay. Now I think I got everything. Actually. A little bit on the underside of his finger. There we go. I got some on the weapon, but whatever. Paint that later. In fact, I'll just brush it off like that, so it'll be easier to paint over. And now I can paint his tail. So we're gonna swap the Fire Slayer for the tail. This spill, I honestly don't remember what I spilled. I think it was definitely a red, but I've also spilled. Oh wait, was this it? I think it was the Flesh Terror's red. Hold on. It looks like it's had an accident. I definitely spilled Night Haunt Gloom, as you can see. That was a fun one. And then I spilled a classic, the Nuln Oil. The old Nuln Oil spill, although there's still some left. So yeah. If I hold my phone to my ear, I can hear the high-pitched tone. Wait, what? Oh, hold on. How's that? Did that fix it? Hold on, let me... Whoop. Did that fix it? You fixed it. Okay. That literally happened to me when I filmed my Night Haunt battle report thing, and I was like, why the shit is there this high-pitched thing? And it's when the microphone and the camera are too close together. So that's neat. So I learned that, so I guess they were too close together. So if I move it slightly away, it stops. Fun times. Alright, so let's shake this. It's tail time. Tail time. Alright. So this will be good, because it's like a similar color, but it's just different enough to where it'll look different. Oh my god, I'm gonna hurt myself on his spikes, dude. He's literally gonna deal damage to me. Let's see here. Alright, a little bit under. Right there, okay. And just keep there we go. Just gotta very nice. Okay. One more. Vortex mixer. Oh, so it like auto shakes the paints? That actually would be pretty nice. Especially for some of the paints like Tesseract Glow or whatever, where you like shake it and it's like still down there. Alright, hold on. I gotta move this around before it sets. This is a Vermin Lord. Uh-oh, hold on there, whatever. A Vermin Lord. How are we looking on the underparts? A little bit underneath on the tail. Alright, good. It's actually a pretty good tail color. You can see, like, compared to the skin, it's like slightly darker. I think this works well. The Fire Slayer flesh works well for the tail, and then the hold on. The Dark Oath flesh is a little more for the actual skin. Yeah. Alright. Let's keep going here. Alrighty. Looking good. Let's get a little more. Keep that going. Alright, coming together. Now I gotta come in from behind. And just kinda get that. Okay, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. And I gotta do a little flip here at the bottom. All right. And I'll do the same thing here while I'm under him. Very good. Oh boy, all right. The Bob Ross paint? I've seen the Bob Ross paint. I don't know if it works for miniatures. Those are oil paint. I guess it would, but I don't know if I'd want to use it on miniatures. Okay, that's good enough. And then it's got the ends of the tail. I am indeed using contrast. Yep. Yep. Alright. Here we are. I just hit this with a little more, since it's on the bottom, so it would be probably more shaded than the top. Alright.
A turtle made it to the water.
Woo! A little more here. Very nice. Mojo Guy with the Twitch Prime. Thank you, Mojo Guy, for the Twitch Prime. Hold on here. Let me just finish this while I'm at it. All right. I get it all. There we go. Nice. I believe I did. So look at that. Woo! He's coming along. He's coming along. Mamma mia. Thank you, Mojo Guy. Sweet. For the Twitch Prime. Besides Skaven, are you running any other armies in 40k or AOS? Yes. I have Skaven, Seraphon, Sylvaneth, Nurgle, OBR, and Beast of Chaos, and then in 40k I have Orcs, Necrons, and Tyranids. Although Tyranids I haven't actually built yet, but I have a bunch of them that I'm gonna build. I've just been busy with Skaven and Sylvaneth because the new book's coming out, so I'm excited for it. Let's see. Now, the fur. I'm probably just gonna hit him with the old Gore Grunt of fur. It's like a nice, bright brown. I like the way it looks. I guarantee it. Yeah, I mean, you can get a better job with normal paints, 100%. But, like, there's a point where, like, I just have so much shit. And it's just like, when I play the actual game and it's like, here's my model that's just unpainted on the board. It's like, I'd rather just paint it with contrast paints. You know what I mean? And then you can always go back later and paint it up normally if you want. And some things are just really good for contrast as well. Like, you can hit the fur with contrast and certain thing, and then, you know, normal paint the skin or whatever you want. But it's just a nice tool to have. Or especially for like 80 clan rats. Like, I do not want to go through and paint 80 clan rats. I'd much rather just hit them with the zenithal and the contrast and be like, there we go. Plus, I think if you contrast with the zenithal priming, like, I think it looks great. Like, I was showing this earlier, but well, I can probably take this off the thing. I think he's glued down now. Yeah, boy. Nice. Hold on. Let me show you my Nurgle. This is like a perfect thing. So here's my great unclean one. So this guy's contrast, even though it does not look like contrast, because I just hit him with the zenithal. So it shades itself, essentially. I haven't painted the sword, but I mean, you literally just contrast over a zenithal with that, and it's like, boom. He's on the table, and he's looking great. And the same thing with this guy. Glotkin. Hold on. Whoop. Been working on him. And then I got the two I painted on stream. Well, kind of. I was showing off earlier. I got this one. Again, this is just contrast with dry brushing. And then a little bit of normal paint. I did the armor and metallic stuff with normal paint, but everything else just contrast and dry brushing. And then this guy. Whoop. I really like how this guy turned out. The Bloab Rot Spawn, or whatever his name is. I like him a lot. So yeah. Or even this terrain. Like, look at this terrain. This terrain is literally just zenithal primed and then skeleton horde. But it looks like pretty good for just slapping it on. Although it doesn't really show. I'll probably have to go over with like normal paint on that because it's too black. But this part like turns out pretty good with the shadows. Although I guess it is kind of shadowed. Maybe if I just hit it with one more skeleton horde, it'll look pretty good. But I'm pretty happy with how it looks anyway, so I'm like, whatever. And then, for anybody new here, I'll show you my Maw Crusher that I love showing off. It's probably my best thing still. And here's my thing I always show off for anybody who hasn't seen it. This guy's all normal painted. I didn't use contrast paints on him. So I don't just use contrast paints, and then I custom did the base. Yeah. So that's my Maw Crusher cabbage. Okay. Oh. Krender, how you feel about Age of Sigmar? Oh yeah, well, currently the meta is like the monster meta, so pretty much if you don't run big models, you're gonna lose. But, the next General's Handbook, which is gonna be coming out in like, maybe like less than a month, or a month-ish, is gonna be having a bunch more infantry based stuff, so it's gonna shift more towards infantry and having more units. It won't go fully that way, but it'll definitely help balance everything. So I'm excited for that. It'll be less monster heavy, so that's essentially why you see that. Plus, I think the bigger guys are just more fun to paint and everything, but there's something to painting a bunch of little guys. Like, it is fun. I painted so many skinks, my god. I have so many skinks. Alright, let's hit this guy's fur with the Gore Grunta fur. Wee 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 wee. Alright. Ugh. See how this looks. Yeah. Hold on. That looks good. Yeah, I usually just play 2K games. Not like NBA 2K, but like, you know, 2,000 point games. There we go. Alright. Uh-oh. Let me get some. I got some on the horn. Get it off. Get it off, get it off, get it off. Alright, there we got it off. Is that Thankwol? Nah, this is, Vermin Lord. This is Lord Screech, specifically. Or no, this is a Warp Seer. I also have Lord Screech, but he's getting glued right now. But I think he's dry. I do have Thankwol, right over there. I haven't painted him yet. But I will be painting him. Oh boy, here we go. Dude, this guy's got so much hair. My god, he's got more hair than I do. He truly is the Vermin Lord. Wow. Dude, why isn't there a game where, like, I can... I guess Warhammer Total War technically is, but, like, I would love more games where it's, like, Vermintide, but you get to play as the Skaven. Like, how fun would that be? Instead of being like, oh, I'm an Empire guy with a bow, you're like, yo, here's my Skaven engineer with my, like... my warp lightning cannon grenade launcher and shit. Like, that'd be way more fun. And you can, like, blow yourself up if you, like, overcharge it and everything. That'd be great. Alright. And then you just start fighting with your... they actually have team fighting on. You start fighting with your teammates. Over loot. It's like, who wants the loot? Fight each other to see who gets it. On, like, certain bosses or stuff. Or see who gets better loot. You have to fight each other occasionally. Have, like, random events like that. I think that'd be fun. They probably wouldn't do that, but... I'd love it. it's coming together here. Let's see. Dude, I remember when I first got into Warhammer, I was like 12 years old. And... oh, got some on his skin. And I was so excited to buy the Slan Mage Priest. And I got it for my birthday. I had no idea how to even build it. But I was like, dude, this is awesome. This is great. Clear this off. It was just this metal-ass frog that I had no idea how to build, but I wanted it so badly for my birthday. Because it was essentially like a grown-up action figure, you know what I mean? And you get this cool world. I remember going to the Games Workshop, and the dude there being like, this is the Slan Mage Priest. This dude, like, leads the lizard men and all this shit. And I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. But then I didn't know how to build. Especially metal, like, oh my god. At least with plastic now, it's like easy, but like some of those metal units. Let's see. Make sure I get all the little spots in here. Oh my god. Okay, just... this brush is already roasted. I don't care if I mess it up. Doing that. Alright. Whoa! Alright. Good. Did you learn how to build it? No. Well, I mean, technically I did, because I do now. But it literally just sat in a box. Actually, I must have learned, because I ended up gluing together some of them. I don't think I actually glued together the Slan guy. I think it kept falling apart. But I glued together some, like, lizard men warriors. Because my grandpa was an engineer, so he had a bunch of, like, crazy tools and shit. So I think he just had some, like, crazy glue, and then I just used that. But I don't think I washed them off or got this plastic seal shit off of them, because I didn't know back then. Nobody really knew anything. I still have them. Hold on, I'll show you right now. This is what motivated me to get back into the Warhammer hobby. They're in here. Here they are. Look at these. Look at these fine models. They're not even painted. They're literally colored marker. Colored marker. You can even see the, like, the globs of glue on his shoulder. You see that? Right here. This is from 2002? This is probably like from 20 years ago. And then here's the other one. Oh, you can really see the glue on this one. Look at that. This dude's heavy. This guy is like legit heavy. And then his weird ass shield. Oh my god. I wish I would have kept the other ones, but I didn't. Oh. The shit close. The box. There we go. So yeah, those were my first Warhammer models. Yeah, even even poorly painted built models look better than unpainted. That's true. Let's throw some more up here. Okay. If I miss some spots, it's fine. Let's come back with a more detailed brush. I do wish I had more streamer friends that got into Warhammer stuff, but I get it. It's a lot. But I think it's fun. I think it's worth it still. It's like the nostalgia element's what motivated me a lot. There we go. There we go. There we are. Let's get the hair. Alright. And get in here. We're good. Alright. And then. Oh god. A little underneath. Yeah. Okay. I need to get over here. Yeah. Don't spill. Don't spill. Good. Okay. Okay. Nice. If 40K had an online version, I would probably try it out. The problem is that, number one, they don't want people to stop buying the miniature stuff. Even though I actually think I'd rather play in real life than online. Blood Bowl's the opposite. I'd rather play online than in real life with Blood Bowl, but like, dude, an online game of 40K would take so long. Like, especially if nobody knows what they're doing, like, my god. It would take so long.
A turtle made it to the water.
Alrighty. 40K Total War would be cool, yeah. It's me, Nico, with the Twitch Prime. Thank you. It's me, Nico. It was mediocre. Sweet. There we go. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. Part of the fun for me of like playing tabletop games in real life is that you get to play with the models that you've built and painted, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's like when you in grade school or whatever, and you had to make like derby cars, like those soapbox derby cars, and you got to race your car. Like, if they gave you just some random ass car to race, it's not as fun. But if you get the car that you built and painted, you're like, yeah, this is my car. You know what I mean? Like, there's something to playing with the models you've put time and effort into and themed and given, you know, hours of your time to. Come on here. Alrighty. And then from the side. I always feel like I'm doing surgery when I'm doing this. There we go. Plus, I do enjoy playing with real people in real life. It's just like a fun thing to do. Just getting together with friends and like playing games of Warhammer. Especially once you get like a little group going. Like I've got a group of like 4 or 5 people that can like rotate, and we'll do like either 1v1 or 2v2 if people are busy. Or people if like if nobody's busy, we'll do like 2v2s, and if people are busy, you do like 1v1s. And you get used to their play styles and armies they play and everything. Real people, not actors. There we go. Nice. Okay. Woo. Oh my god, this fur. Oh god, there's some in here. There we go. It's good enough. Yeah, being able to be lenient on the rules is also fun. Like, there's plenty of times where you're like, oh, hey, I forgot to do my ability that I was supposed to do. Can I do it? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. But, like, online, they're not gonna do that. Kidding me? Plus, there's probably, like, you'd have to go back in some system or, like, everything. There's just so many mechanics that would make it hard to do online. But I guess, like, in Tabletop Simulator you could, but still. I don't know. Ooh-wee. Oh, there we go. All right. Get in here. Up top. And good. And then up here, oh boy. Paint in there. Alright, very nice. Alright, okay. And then he's just got a bunch more leg hair. My god. This is one hairy rat.
Thanks.
Alright. A little bit in here. Come on, there it is. There it is.
Thanks.
But it is looking pretty good. It's coming along.
Thanks.
Mr. Smooth Ice, 67 months. Hi, what up, Mr. Smooth Ice? What the fuss? I mean, not a lot of piss of truth. Not what the fuss of, 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 that's what the fuss of. Sweet. They were the 67 months. Oh my god, and Santa Ergo to be kidding me. With the 25 gifted subs. Thank you, Santa.
Thanks.
For the Christmas present. Thank you very much, Santa. I can't actually see all the names because I have to like...
Thanks.
I'm just gonna clap 25 times and say, and you get a sub. Swing. Or wait, I don't even...
Thanks.
1 gets a sub. 2 gets a sub. Swing. 3 gets a sub. Swing. 4 gets a sub. Swing. 5. Swing. 6.
Thanks.
Swing. 7. Swing. 8. Swing. 9. Swing. 10. Swing. 11. Swing. 12. Swing.
Thanks.
13. Swing. 14. Swing. 15. Swing. 16. Swing. 17. Swing. 18. Swing. 19. Swing. 20. Swing. 21. Swing. 22. Swing. 23. Swing. 24. Swing. 25. Swing.
Thanks.
Thank you very much for the gifted subs. I gotta shake this up again.
Thanks.
There we go. Make sure I don't shake it with the thing open. That'd be bad. Ho ho. Oh man.
Thanks.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Question is, do I paint this hair differently from the
Thanks.
other hair?
Thanks.
Let's see.
Thanks.
Pull up here.
Thanks.
Oh, good. Oh boy.
Thanks.
Jeez. It's fine if I hit the staff, whatever. I'm gonna paint that anyway.
Thanks.
I gotta paint this side of the hair. I forgot that's a thing.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay. I'll start out that and maybe like blends into darker hair. That'd actually be kind of fun. I like that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, hold on, and then that's me as a sloth on the sub notification. This is the Vermin Lord. The Vermin Lord. There's also numerous types of Vermin Lords, but this is the Warp Seer. Hold on. Alright, now I'm going to do that, and then I'm gonna hit it with the Wildwood. Or I can do Snakebite. Let's hit him with the Wildwood. So let's see. Yeah, you know what? This will look good. It'll blend into like a darker fur. So you can see here, there you go, you can see it better now. Kind of spread that around. Yeah. Good. This is Warhammer, yes. This is indeed. And I have an addiction to painting and building and playing Warhammer. Very much so. Actually, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. It's like a... And I'll hit it with a dry brush. So it'll be a little more... blended together, I guess. I can also... Oop. Hit it with like a shade. The shade could like blend it a bit. Oh boy. Gotta get in here. When do I start? Oh yeah. I'm probably only gonna paint another couple minutes here, so you can probably start. Probably starting out. Uh-oh. Ooh. Time flies when you're painting rats. That's what they say. The old saying. Time flies when you're painting rats. Let's see here. Nice. A little more blended. Up here. There we are. There we go, there we go, there we go. And, yep, a little bit. Let's see. Maybe a little, oh my god, can I even... Get up in here. Up in here. Up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. There we go, a little bit in here. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna close this so I don't knock it over. That's step one. Try this off. And then get some of this off the hair. All right. Cool. Actually, I gotta paint his horns too. I almost forgot the other horns I missed. Let's get my skeleton horde out again. And let's paint these horns. Bit in here. Did I get it? Yeah, there we go. I guess he has a, oh, he's got a bit of hair up there. All right, gotta hit that with the brown. Looks great, Crondor. We'll chat. Hopefully I'll catch you later. Hey, thanks for dropping the subs and stopping by. Yeah, after I paint this little bit of hair, I'm gonna be done here anyway. Here we go, Gore Grunta. I painted one of his sideburns, I didn't paint the other one. What am I doing? What am I doing? Alright. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? And then here we go. Okay. Yeah. Although now I kind of... Oh. Hold on. Alright, I gotta re-hit this. Okay. I gotta... Hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Alright. That's good enough. It's good enough for now. Alright. So. Here we go. The grand reveal. Dun, 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 dun. Here he is. The Rat Man. With a lot of fur. Nightcrawler, thanks for the painting motivation. Hey, no problem. Thanks for watching. A lot of fur, got the horns. I like that horn color. I'm glad I picked that one. Got him holding his orb here. And now, I think for the rest of his unpainted parts and other things, I'm probably just going to use normal paint. Because I mainly just wanted to use contrast paints for like all the little ridges and the fur and the tail and all that stuff. But now the rest of it I'll hit up with normal paint is the plan. So yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new here, click the follow button, follow along, be alerted when I go live. Check out all the links below the stream, a whole bunch of links down there, check them all out. Exclamation point Warhammer in the chat if you want to check out my Warhammer YouTube channel, a whole bunch of videos over there, including some painting and building stuff. Although I haven't done that in a while, but there's plenty of backlog. Otherwise, more recently, it's just me talking about Warhammer news, being like, what's the new battle tome gonna be, and stuff like that. Thanks to everybody who subscribed, resubscribed, dropped bits, dropped tips, gifted subs. Thank you for all the support. Zombicon with the 55. Thank you, Zombicon. Swag. Thank you for the 55 months. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow night we're playing some Mario Strikers demo. It's gonna be a good time. Good old Mario Strikers. Okay? Okay. See you. I go turn off the stream over here.